saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in.
I was playing shows on outside of Los Angeles. Last stop in town before I hit the road.
We are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Caesars Superdome here in New Orleans. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the New Orleans Saints. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Duggan. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. You look at the Saints defense. They come in the top 10 unit against the pass, currently 8th in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
Throwing, Duggan. Room to maneuver at the 35. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line. 39 yards there, a big one.
What my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And the Buccaneers are going to have a first and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road.
First and goal, Tampa Bay.
19, Tiger, 19.
Irvin going to be stopped before he can get moving forward as he'll lose a couple back to the 5-yard line.
A loss of 2.
Now they'll change things up.
At the 5-yard line.
To throw is Duggan. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Touchdown.
KJ Hamler. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Buccaneers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. And that one gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Buccaneers 7, Saints nothing. Chase McLaughlin to kick off for the Buccaneers.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And they will ring him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
At their own 28-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. Well, this defense for the Bucs, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. Look at this defense for Tampa Bay. Against the pass, they're toward the middle of the league, number 15 in the NFL.
So prepping for this game, I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And?
Too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Touchdown, New Orleans! Chris Olave, 64 yards. And the Saints are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Extra point splits the offense, and we are tied at 7.
Ties the game at 7.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, oh, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
Here's Duggan to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Oh, he finds his running back open downfield. And he's in the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
Chase McLaughlin lining up.
Bucky Irving, 35 yards. And the Bucs have taken the lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard.
Third down.
Let's go.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And this will wind up a Saints first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
Brad, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was third and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you should have a few men in the box there.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. So on the other side of the field now, it's first and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he sneaks his way forward for a couple here. Second down. The Saints at 3-4 on the year coming into play. And they've lost 3 straight here. It kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak, and right now, they're not playing their best football, but if they were to fall here, and now they're looking to go 4 games without a win, now they just start counting themselves pretty quickly from this point forward.
So after the run by Kamara, now another first and 10.
First down.
They'll throw. Here's Shuck. Now he's going to step up and run. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. Nice move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down. Now a second and 10. To throw now, Shuck. Now he'll tuck this and run. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. Boy, a tough spot here as they approach the line of scrimmage. A long way to go to try to pick up this 1st down. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Back of the end zone. Can he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
That's where you're counting on receiver size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go up the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
Now this is going to work out well as it's out of bounds near the 13-yard line.
At their own 13-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And they will be set now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the tray. He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So it throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
To throw a shot. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
3rd down and 10 yards.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there with 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Once you get into the red zone, space is at a premium for receivers to try and operate and shake themselves free. That one's incomplete.
And his kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football, and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Duggan will look to throw this. And now they knocked away. It's incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead is knocked harmlessly to the turf.
2nd and 10. Duggan now to throw. The pass is caught by Cade Otton. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 45-yard line.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Duggan looking to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang it on third down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
On third and short, they'll try option left. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. They end up getting stumped twice after that 9-yard gain back on first down. No move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. And they'll send the tight end in motion. On 4th down, Dugan. That one out wide and intercepted. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, they got the lead, but it's certainly not a big one. And how do you keep control of that lead? Certainly not by that last play there. They gave up a big sack on the first play of this drive. Now it's double the distance to the first down marker.
Throwing out right here, caught by Watley. So he'll pick up the 15 as it'll lead to third down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down. Shuck now to throw. That's taken in left side by Vela. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33.
It's 4th down.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. So they'll say no to the 50-yard field goal try. Instead, the offense out there, they're going for it.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
They'll indeed go. Here's Shuck. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Can he put it aside? Let's find out.
Now 2nd and 10.
I've got a good friend in football who always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
And he'll get this up there to about the 33. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. As they head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now 3rd down and 7. Operating from the gun, Dugan. He'll try and do this himself. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It'll go as a gain of 33, and that play started back at their own 33.
I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Going for the deep ball. And he calls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. A great play there. 33 yards. As his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes it a 21-10 game.
Saints 10. Chase McLaughlin to kick off for the Buccaneers.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. Here's Johnson with a reception. They'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. First and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Throwing, Shuck. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. Now Shuck. This ball complete to Trey Palmer. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2.
A gain of 9.
As they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. From the gun, Shuck. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with a short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Now Shuck on fourth down. That is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an avalanche. Dropped at the 1. It's a first and goal, and they're going to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Kamara is in. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Sometimes happens if you get too cute down in the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good for the ball hard and finish in the end zone.
Saints 17.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. And that one not returnable, not by a large stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this. Push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. A final shot before break. Dugan looking for Campbell downfield. And incomplete on the deep ball. So we've hit It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports.
Chase McLaughlin as the kickoff for the Buccaneers.
I should probably sign a head, boy, because I got all the heads, boy. All that drink you got to chill.
Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter three? And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage here by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far to scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Shuck. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The second-round pick leading this offense well. It'll be a first down.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Now a first down carry. It's Camara.
Number 41.
Just a yard on the pickup there. They'll bring on a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things are pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here now 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line. Again, it's Camara. And we'll take this one down to the 36. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here's Shuck. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Bucs are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they got in this rookie corner. And with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They'll start at the 40, so great starting field position following the interception. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. To throw again on 2nd down. Duggan. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
From the gun on 3rd down. Dugan. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to gallop the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zaps right back in the other direction. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on.
They got his man complete.
He'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Looking to throw. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he backs it away, and it falls down incomplete.
So one first down on that drive, and that's it. Forced to take the deep shot on third down and couldn't hit it. Now they have to punt this one away.
He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches didn't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Second down and 8. Duggan. Looking deep downfield. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Alontae Taylor. It's such a costly interception. Nearly a pick six, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive because that's part of what their makeup is, and oftentimes it's successful. But in this case, you've got to be selective about it and make sure you take care of the football. That interception has cost them 6 points. Now their defense has to run onto the field, probably giving the quarterback a few side eyes along the way. They got to see if they can stop the score.
At the 3-yard line.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, second and goal. They'll look to throw. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
They'll run it with Camara. Tough snap. They lose a yard there on third.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
And goal.
And his kick is good. And that'll bring him back within a point. So golden field position there squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a first-and-goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even invested in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 9. To throw is Duggan. Wants a screen pass. That's complete. Don't give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't give him 3, and it's 3rd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
The Bucs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. And now they'll shift things around. Throwing, Duggan. Looking for Campbell downfield. That's caught inside the 20. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
They'll run with Irving. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. And it's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
They'll try again. Yeah, this time they'll get down close to the goal line, but not quite in as he stopped at the 1-yard line.
A gain of 3 yards. It's now 3rd and goal.
On 3rd down, they go with Irving. Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. And no need to take the offense on the field. They're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th and goal. And they'll try it now with Irving. And they'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Bucky Irving with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Buccaneers get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. There's still plenty of time here in the 4th quarter. Just a 1-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and 2-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage. Back to the sideline and incomplete. Boy, they're going to say the receiver in the area. That was close to grounding, but it's 2nd down. Working out of the gun here, Shuck. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
3rd down, Shuck from the gun. Here's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
It's a gain of 14
This possession
yards.
means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a 1-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
They'll throw. Here's Shuck. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over at that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch. take the hit and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
This is caught at the 20. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds.
About the way they're moving the ball down the field. They had a big play a moment ago. Followed up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Let's go now.
To throw now, Shuck. A huge mistake late. It's intercepted. And the Buccaneers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback. And they'll take over at the 20-yard line. So a good drive with a bad ending, Charles. They move it down the field well. Cannot finish it off, though, as it's intercepted in the end zone.
Deflating, that has got to be the word here because they were sharp in moving it down the field. But sometimes you start thinking like a touchdown is a given. And it doesn't always work out that way as we saw there. And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Handoff running left, Irving. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
And it's 3rd down.
This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Here's Duggan to throw. Got an open man, and it's kicked. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down, that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now he's going to step up and run. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Here's 2nd and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Duggan now to throw. And that is incomplete. But pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the error pass. 4th down coming on. Those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game, that time unable to find a completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
58-yard attempt.
And that's off the right upright. Thought it might sneak in, but it did not. It's no good. And this will stay a 1-score game as the lead holds at 8. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. An off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
And it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here? Or is it just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
He's back to throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away. And now it's 3rd. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the 1st down. That's what's vital to them.
Back to throw. And this pass broken up. And the contact right time there. And now fourth down.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going. And I think for you and me, let's take a look with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Shot to throw for it on fourth. He had to force it there on fourth down, and it's intercepted. And the Bucs have just about sewn up this football game.
If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
This to the sideline and over everybody, incomplete. No flags forthcoming, though. Maybe a break there. That looked like a clear throwaway to me. Duggan will look to throw this. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming out third down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
19 Lions. 19 Pioneers. 19 Warriors. 70 Rangers.
Duggan looking to throw. And to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bucs first down. Well, spying us on that sideline. That should be the one to do it.
First down. A gain of 19 yards. And a Buccaneer first down. Max Duggan.
So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay. And they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Buccaneers, they run their mark to